Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. What you see in front of me is the MSI Claw. I posted the unboxing just a few days ago. Half price, got it for half price from Very. I'm not sure if the sale's still on, but check it, I'll leave the link below. And yes, I've been, you know what, one thing I forgot, this is a Windows 11 machine, and anybody who's updated or set up a new Windows machine recently would know it takes a lot of time. And then only that, you had the MSI Center updates, and then once you've done that, there's more Windows updates, and then getting Steam and Xbox Game Pass, then downloading the games. My God, I forgot how long it took to download games, especially when they're hundreds of gigabytes and so on. So anyway, I'm back, and I've been playing a bit. So just show you some game footage. So yeah, I'm gonna start off with a Steam title. Well, I'm gonna use Steam to play. I'm nearly finished. I'm kind of finishing off the last character, and to the fourth one comes out, it's gonna be Borderlands 3 on Steam. I get back to everyone in a sec. So I'm back. Here you go, Borderlands 3 on Steam. Playing Zane. It's my final character to complete with. I put a setting. I capped up at 60 frames per second, and the resolution is only 100%. So, and you can see you got the frame count at the top. For some bizarre reason, when I try and use Game Bar and try to put the bigger screen, it goes into the command center, which is weird. So you probably need to download a third-party app, which I haven't done yet. So let's start playing. I will tell you the frame rate as it goes along. Start playing. So a lot of people like using this world because it can get pretty frenetic. Okay, so I noticed, of course, straight away this is running on battery. It does load a little, take a bit longer. Well, I did this also when I was charging it using a cable. It loads faster, of course, when it's running on power. You can see at the moment, if you can see, I'm telling you now, it's running around 45 to 50 frames, 49 frames. It's staying steady between 45 to 49 frames at the moment per second. I have reduced the resolutions. It's on 1080p, just like the actual screen itself. It's 100%. So at the moment, you can jump up to 59%, 60 frames per second. Okay, look at this. It went down to 39 to 40, 50. So depending, it can range up to 40 to 60, but probably somewhere in between, which ain't bad. You can see every now and again. I think that's just a PC glitch. Sometimes it just has that little stutter. Missing one. Let's see. Behind me. Where? It's actually pretty good. I was in the air. I'm gonna use my homing grenades. So it's borderlining between somewhere between 40 to 60, but it barely jumps to 60. It goes to around the mid 50s, so that's not bad. What I do? Let's reduce the visuals. You can hear some notes, so you can zoom. And we'll reduce the resolutions to 75%. If I can see that, it is quite small. One thing about this 7-inch screen, maybe a year ago, it would have been pretty good, but now in 25, where a lot of PCs, even in Nintendo Switch, is going for like 8 inches. What I need to do nowadays is I actually use my camera, as you can see, to actually see what I'm doing, because it's quite small. Okay, so I reduced the resolution, went to 75%. Okay, let's see how it runs. So off the bat, you can see it's running pretty steady, 60 frames, but there's no enemies. Let's get into some enemy territory. Apologies for that noise upstairs. This is a Saturday morning, late morning. Kids are still upstairs. So it's running at consistently around the mid 50s to 60, because I did cap it up to 60. Let's see if I can get any special weapon. It just stutter sometimes. See any special weapons. What I'm gonna do, go back in. I'm going to see if I increase the resolutions, sorry, the frame rate to unlimited, and see how that goes now. So I put the resolution down to 75% and uncapped frame rate to unlimited. So this is where it's pretty frenetic. So I'm getting, it dropped down to about mid 40s, but it's staying pretty steady around mid 50s at the moment. I went down to 28 just a second ago. So it's going steady around, that's not bad, 60, 69 frames. So that's not bad. So you can put it to 100% resolution, get a slightly better graphics, but to be fair, I can't tell much difference because of the screen size. You can put 100% and cap it up to 60 frames per second. You'll get somewhere between mid 40s to around the mid 50 to sometimes 60 frames. That is a pretty steady. So you can see I'm getting up to 70 frames now. But this setting here is 75% resolutions and uncapped, unlimited frame rate. And this seems to be pretty ideal. Let's see. So it stays pretty consistent to around 60s, mid 60s. That's not bad. Alright then, what I'm gonna do, I'll get back and I'll play another game. See you in a sec. So hi, I'm back. So this is Forza on the Game Pass, Xbox Game Pass or Microsoft Game Pass, what it's called. This is settings, so if you can see it. So I put a lot of things on medium. The shadow quality is on high, so everything's on medium settings, right? Let's start the game. And around here you see the very small frame rate count, which I would commentate and let you guys and girls know what the frames are like. Actually, this is actually my favorite Forza game. This is I like the graphics, the jungle setting, the South American setting, Mexico, free roaming. I actually do like this one. Actually, one of my favorites. It's one of those games where if I got nothing to play, I don't have to think about it, too much skill. Just riding and driving and it's quite soothing, you know, just to drive around the landscape, just driving, you know, and you can play it just on your own, no competitiveness.
Turn around when it is safe to do so.
Okay, at the moment at the top, probably can't see it like I said, so it's running at about, I'm getting up to mid 50s to 60 frames per second. So it's consistently saying around, at the moment is 60, 59. So it's consistent around late 50s to early 60 frames per second. And you can see the graphics are very good still. Let me just make sure I can focus. I did have it on high and I got it around, it was about 10 frames lower. It was around mid 40s to early 50s, or early 40s to the early 50 frames per second if you put everything on high. But honestly, I couldn't really tell much difference in the graphics because, like I said, this is only a 7-inch screen. Maybe if I would have got a 8-inch screen, you might have seen a little bit more difference. Keep that in mind. You never know. I might actually get another one. I'm one of those people who wants to get something, and if I like it, I tend to get another one and another one. Whoops, I'm going the wrong way. Just U-turn. So judging by the graphics on now, it does look like Xbox Series S kind of level. I need to really put it, dock it, and play it on a bigger TV or monitor to really get the sense of the graphics, which is coming soon because I have actually ordered a docking station, pretty decent one as well. So hopefully I get that done and maybe do another video where I actually play the similar games on the TV and monitor to see how it looks. Alright then, so that is running averaging late 50s, like 58 to 65 frames per second. What I'm gonna do, so I'm gonna do everything. Let me see, is put some things on high. Okay, after reloading, resetting, you can see here setting is on high. All right, then let's see how the performance is. It's quite hard to concentrate filming, checking out the frame rate. So the frame rate is actually around the mid 40s, so it's actually 43 at the moment, steady. 44, 45. That's gone up to 50, 52. Currently you can see a bunch of cars. It's actually steady around 51 to 50. Oh, it's gone to 57 now. 54. I'm getting constantly 50. Okay, it's 49 now. 55 frames per second. Okay, drop down to 47, now 50, because there's more cars. So with this setting, I'm getting actually pretty steady late 40s to mid 50s. Where the previous setting, everything was on mid, I was getting, like I said, about 10 frames more. Honestly, I can't really tell much difference in graphics. I would say a little bit more sharper, of course, because, you know, the setting's higher, but not much difference, really. I would say definitely the foliage is much more solid. Does that make any sense? I mean, it is a little bit noticeable that the graphics improved. So this could be a setting, depends how you want. So it's not bad. All right then, let's pause that for a sec. Okay, let's exit and play another game. So I'm back with King of Fighters 13. This is on Steam. Okay, let's do some arcade. Okay, so good old fashioned Terry Bogard. So at the moment it's 121 frames. Wow, it's pretty fast, isn't it? Did I put a setting I didn't know? It looks unnaturally fast. I haven't done any. I mean, I was playing this last night just to have a test. It wasn't this fast. Okay, maybe it's a setting. 120 hertz on average. Okay, let me go to the menu. Maybe there was a setting. No, I don't think there was it. Okay. It's been a long time since I played this game, but I was getting 120 frames. It just felt a bit faster this morning than normal. Okay, let's see. No, there you go. 120 frames for that. Okay. Let me get back, play another game. Okay then, so this game is Gears of War 5, or as they call it now, just Gears 5. These are settings. You can focus. So I'll put most of it on high, like character texture, world texture, effects texture, clone step mapping. So a lot of it is on pretty high settings. Okay, things like that. Some on auto, but it's on pretty high settings, okay? And again, you might see it right there in the corner, the bottom here. This is the frame rate count. I will read it out. I know it's going to be tough. Look at the rain effects, pretty good. I'm currently getting about 62 frames per second at the moment. So this is on Game Pass Ultimate.
I'm okay, all right? Let's just find asylum.
For the record, you don't seem okay.
I'll live.
66 frames per second.
The burial site's hatched. All the more reason to get the hammer going alive.
Let's hope Jin sees it that way.
Looks pretty good. 65%. Sorry, 65. Okay, let's check some action scenes. It's getting about 58 to 60 frames there. So I'm currently getting 58 frames on average. Whoops. Getting killed. Come on, someone save me. Where is my team? There you go. Marcus, the old dog. I'm waiting for the remake, or is it called the Reload, coming out next week. So I'm still getting around 60 on average. So far it hasn't really dropped down to anything below 55 so far. Looks pretty good. Graphics alright. Okay, that concludes it. Let's just pause it for there. What I'm going to do is just talk about my little thoughts really so far. Let's check out the battery. The moment is on 70%, so the battery isn't the best. I did have this on performance mode. Here you can see, you can press this button, brings up MSI quick settings. I put the performance mode on performance. You can actually go in there and do AI performance or balance. The screen is on 55% brightness. You can probably put it down. So probably about 2 hours at most, And as for game bar, for example, I'll show you what I mean why I can't get it. So if I was to go in there and type in, I've already tried it, game bar, it just brings that up. So that's why I couldn't get the big display of the FPSs. I think you probably need to do install a third party, but yeah, what do I think? I think it's actually pretty capable. I mentioned in my unboxing, if you watch ETA Prime, he talks about that with the recent updates, which took some time, by the way. It took a lot of time. It actually did increase the performance by 30%. I couldn't tell you the difference because I'd never had one before, but judging by this, it's actually pretty capable. Let's look at the system info. You can see here, I've updated as much as I can. These are all the updates. This is a new, when it came, it was an old UI. You had to update and everything like that. So yeah, this is pretty good. At first, I thought the analog stick was too loose, but once you start playing games, it actually works quite well. Shoulder buttons are good, pretty light. D-pad's good, sounds good. You can see I had my sound only down to 30%. Charging rate is pretty good. The only downside I'll say is because I bought this just a few days ago, and I think that the market's kind of shifted to around the 8 inches plus screens, and I think 7 inches is kind of 2023, 22, 23, 24 kind of era. Now with 25 onwards, I think everybody's going for the 8-inch plus nowadays. That's maybe the only downside, because I sometimes struggle to see some text. What I'm gonna do, so that just wraps up some gameplay. Let me know, like and subscribe. What I'm gonna do, once I get my dock, I'm gonna probably play more games, dock it to TV or monitor, and do a video on that. Yeah, until next time, really. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, all that cool stuff. Until next time, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are in the world. Please do stay safe. Goodbye now.